Alice and you're watching Nelly Vlog. And again, we're going to continue studying the booklet and read the Backyard Harvest book. In this video, we're going to talk about nectarines. The benefits are floral and juicy nectarines are loaded with antioxidants, which prevent free radicals in the environment from entering your body, prolonging the aging process and helping to maintain glowing skin and a healthy body weight. Selection process. Look for bruise-free nectarines with an even deep red hue. The best fruits give off a sweet aroma and yield under light pressure. Their season lasts from late spring to early fall. I personally love nectarines, especially when they're added to melbas. And melba is simply ice cream with fruits, and you can add either chocolate that hardens or you can add whipped cream. And of course, just eating them when they're in season. Now it's time for the book. So in this chapter, it talks about growing flowers. I want to grow roses one day, so I'm curious what this book has to say about it. First off, here's a quote by Jim Carrey, and it says, "Flowers don't worry about how they're going to bloom. They just open up and turn towards the light, and that makes them beautiful." Oh, this is such a cool quote because this is really so relatable to people that are doing good in life. They just turn towards the light and try to be their best and do their best. I look forward to planting my container flowers every year. It's always exciting to find new and interesting ways to display flowers on my deck, porch, and in outdoor living spaces. Here are some tips for growing beautiful flower containers all season long. Drainage, drainage, drainage. First and foremost, don't ever plant a flower in a container without considering drainage. Strangely, I have even bought container plants at the store only to find out they don't have any drainage at all. Without drainage, the roots of plants become too wet and this causes the plant to die. The best size for drainage holes is 1/2 inch for a medium planter and 1 inch for a large container. Learn the light. Evaluate how much light you have in the areas where you want to position your containers. There's so many different plants to choose from. Some that like low light, some that like full shade, partial sun, and those that do best in full sun. The key is to know your plants, group them together according to their light requirements, and position them in the right place. Keep the tags. Reading and keeping the tags that come with your plants is especially important if you are new to gardening. I recommend that you keep a plant journal to make note of what you planted, where, and with what other plants. This helps you remember what worked well and what did not do so well for future years. Plant tags will give you all of the information you need to know to care for plants. Acclimation is critical. A lot of plants respond poorly to abrupt changes in temperature or amount of light. Always allow a few days to a week for your plants to get used to the climate at your home before planting them. Don't forget to water them during this time. Soil matters. When planting flowers in containers, be sure to use high-quality, lightweight soil and plenty of it. Even if you use a large container, don't be tempted to fill the bottom half with junk. The more soil you put in, the better water retention and healthier roots you'll have. Maintenance counts. If you have plant it and forget it mentality with container gardening, you will be disappointed. In many respects, container gardening requires more work than conventional gardening. 3 musts with container gardening are pinching, pruning, and watering. Pinching and pruning after plants have flowered will encourage healthy growth and blooms. Extra special attention needs to be given to each container with an appropriate amount of water. The payoff for this extra effort will amaze you and make your container flower garden spectacular. Plant shopping. Going for half that discounted plants might be good for your wallet, but they won't do much for your container aesthetics. Shop for healthy plants with good color and bright foliage. Silky plants are more susceptible to transplant shock and may or may not make it once planted. Remove and replace. Container flower gardens can start to get a little tired by the middle of the growing season. Don't be afraid to pull out plants and replace them with fresh ones. Perennials can be cut back and planted in your garden and will bloom again the following season. Pre-winter. Once a hard frost hits, your annuals will die. Throw those into your compost pile and plant any perennials for next year. Be sure to discard your soil into your compost pile as well and clean your containers for next year. A note about perennials. Perennial plants are those that come back each year. Select perennials that are appropriate for your growing region. Generally speaking, your local greenhouse or plant supply store will only carry plants appropriate for your region. Perennials add a great deal of interest to pots and can form an anchor or focal point around which you can plant seasonal flowers. If you wish to overwinter the perennial in the pot, choose a plant that is cold hardly to 2 USDA zones lower than the one you're in. Be sure to mulch perennials well and place them in an unheated garage or shed. Don't forget to provide water a few weeks before the first hard frost and again a few weeks before the spring growing season. In the next video, we're going to talk about her ideas of creative planters. And the next one she has here is called the treasure trunk. The next up is going to be a beautiful book bouquet. This lady is really creative. This book gives you practical suggestions. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you find this information useful. If you like this video, hit the like button and you can subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you can get notified when the next video comes out. You can also support me on Patreon. I'm making these videos so maybe one day I can afford Harvest Right, which is an expensive but really awesome tool to have in your kitchen for making freeze-dried food for your food storage. I will link it in the description below so you can check it out. Have a fun week and I will see you in the next video. Bye.